how we view return to play when it comes to injuries. I think the return to play of any injury, say it's an ankle sprain, we want to make sure that number one, documentations happen. Injury surveillance is the intervention to injury prevention. If we cannot start preventing injuries if we don't know the environment that we're exposing kids to. So that kid has an ankle sprain that was documented. We want to know the mechanism of injury, of how it happened. And then we want to make sure that that parent goes to see someone to get some type of assessment. That ankle sprain could easily lead to a bigger injury, ACL. It could be a break. It could be something that could be a lot more serious. So we want to make sure that the documentation happens, parents get some medical support, and that kid rests that ankle. And then to make sure that we get kind of a true diagnosis of the injury before the kid can come back to play. Now, in the case of concussions, that whole process is now documented as time. So now that an injury, or we've diagnosed that a concussion happened, coaches can't do that. That kid is automatically out for a week, because now there's a 6-step return to play that happens. Now this is great because now this kid has to start with rest, and we're focusing on symptoms before that kid can come back. The documentation of those steps is really important so that we make sure that we know the optimal time for a kid to rest in between which session based on their own personal health history. Right now, everything is based on national standards, but concussions, that kid's brain is completely different from another kid's. So we can't look at every return to play when it comes to concussion as the exact same thing. They're all different. So we have to be open-minded when it comes to the kid's ankle sprain injury and that concussion. They're all different instances.